Hello everyone, I'm Richard Gerhart and welcome to Body of Energy. So this is my third live session for today. So I text and sent a message to the person that this session is for so that they know that they're session number 3. So for them, I'll be using the balanced equation tool. So as I have mentioned before, the tool itself formulates the question. It's like a comparison between what is correct and complete and perfect, so to speak, with what's going on with their energy. It picks up on the differences. It reveals what's going on for them. And so each one of these tools are actually a 2-dimensional chart of a 3-dimensional object. Okay, and so pure language is about image. It's about 3D images and how they relate and their depth and their relationship to each other. And so that's what is going on with these tools. And so if I showed you the imagery, I'll have to do that in an instructive video, between this intersection and the stars that it makes, because at this intersection it actually makes 2 separate 9-point stars. And so that's the relationship between the set of -9, 1 through 9, and the set of positive 9, 1 through 9, and the 0 in the middle. So the shapes are a language themselves. Okay, this next intersection is an 18-point star. And the beauty of this star is the pattern. When you go from this point to the next point, to the next point, to the next point, it follows the same color pattern from red to purple, and from purple to blue, and from blue to green. So there's a language and a pattern in and of itself. This next intersection are all triangles. It represents 6 triangles, which represents the number 18 and the 0 in the middle. This whole image represents the number 19, which is about the number line between -9 and +9. And so all of that depth comes together, and that language, that 3D language, come together to form the question or the direction, if you will, of the tool. And so the cards represent the answer. And apparently the answer right now is about understanding in life. And so that's how the different parts of these energy tools work. And then, of course, having a knowledge of where the answer comes from. And so the answer comes from the source of truth. I mean, if you really think about it, we all hear a voice of truth speaking to us. We might call it our conscience. Whatever we call it, that voice never lies to us. It's sometimes the warning voice. It reveals things to us. It teaches us things that we need to know. And that voice comes from the source of all truth. And these tools tap in to that source. We're all connected. We're all connected by what fills the immensity of space. And what is that? It's light. It's spirit matter. It's the things that connect all of us together. That's why we all feel what's going on with each other. We can pick up the energy of somebody else because that energy fills the immensity of space. And so that's what connects us. So that's just a little bit more about how these tools work and some of the principles that are governing it. And so this deck is 162 cards. It actually lines up with the number of a frequency. That's important to understand. So, and it's also difficult to shuffle 162 cards. So as you can see, I shuffle these bigger decks by taking off a third from the top, shuffling, taking off a third from the top, and so forth. Then I rifle through them. You know, I just kind of have my own pattern, but it really doesn't matter how a person wants to do it. They could fan them all out. They could do whatever they want with the cards. It always picks up on the right energy. It always comes out true. And so, for this person, I'm showing them the balanced equation tool and doing their work for them today. And so they'll be able to view it live and also be able to view it on YouTube, because I will send them the link when I download it to YouTube or upload it, whatever you want to call it. And so that's how that goes. So this tool is about the meaning of the numbers, okay? So here's the number 1. The number 1 is about being aligned up with the right pathway in life. And these two cards come together, okay, to represent the elements that are needed for that to happen. It's about the element of complete, which is connected to perfect. Perfect and complete. This is actually a characteristic, the sum total of everything at the end of the line when it comes to characteristics and attributes, and about attaining what's right in the body so that the person can prosper. So this is about being complete so that they can attain, and attaining completion so that they can be aligned with the right pathway in their life. The number 2 is about being whole, okay? It's about having the other part that's needed to be whole. So when you think about that, no person is really truly whole alone. So we come together in relationships, in friendships, in bonds, because to be denied the element of life, to be denied that element that brings us together, brings death. People in solitary confinement go crazy. And so the number 2 is wrapped up in that concept. It's about two things coming together and being whole. This is about this person, what they need to be whole in their life. And it's about attaining again, attaining prosperity. It's connected to the element of earth. And action. This is an attribute. This is a result of character. That's what attributes are. So it's about putting that into action. Attaining what's right so that they can act, and acting upon what's right so they can attain. That's what's going on in order for them to be whole. In order for them to be sure in their life, confident in their life, okay? It's about the heart, the element of the heart. And it's about faithful, which is connected to being loyal and faithful. These are characteristics. So being faithful affects the heart, and the heart is what guides a person to be faithful. And this is what's going on for this person, that they can be sure in their life. So the number 4 is about having a foundation for their life, okay? It's about having a foundation. And so what are the 2 elements necessary for that? It's about being guidable, okay? And the other connected word to that is having a broken heart. So broken-hearted is connected to a horse or an animal that's been broken. Because when a horse has been broken, now they are guidable. Okay? When life breaks our heart is another analogy. It allows us to be more guidable, to put away what we thought was right, because what we thought was right broke our heart, and allows us to be guided in a right manner. All of those kinds of ideas are connected to this. So this is about being guidable and having fulfillment. Okay? Having fulfillment in life allows a person to be guidable, and a person that's guidable, it leads them to fulfillment. They're always read forward and backward. That's how language is. Okay, and this is what's necessary for the foundation for this person. So, the number 5 is about being centered, connected to the voice of truth. Okay? So, it's about, surprisingly, being centered and having a solid foundation. So a foundation is connected to the element of water, because it's not about water being the foundation. It's about having a foundation for the water. This is the symbol of the cup. The bottom part of the cup, the chalice, is a triangle, which represents something that's sure. Okay, a pyramid is the image of a sure foundation, the square, which is the bottom of the pyramid. And that represents the bottom of a chalice, which holds up the cup. The top part of the cup is the symbol of water. Okay? So this is about having a foundation for the emotions. And what is that foundation? The ability to be centered. And that's what's going on for the person to be centered at this time. So the number 6 is about things that are correct and complete. Okay? It's about having all the pieces in all the right places. So for this person, it's about the element of orange and the element of the heart. Orange is a color. Color is about seeing, discernment. And orange is connected to the element of life, the soul, and understanding in the soul. So this is about seeing and discerning their life, their soul, and what's going on there. And it's connected to their heart. And that's what's going on for them to be correct and complete in their life. So, the 7 is about triumphing. And when a person triumphs, they're at peace. It's about accomplishment. And when they accomplish, they're at rest. Okay? And what does this person need for that to happen? They need the element of understood, which is connected to element of light in the heart, understanding in the heart, and the ability to overcome. Okay? And that is another characteristic. And that's what's going on here. The characteristic of overcoming and understanding. Understanding in the heart allows a person to overcome. And when they overcome things, it brings more understanding to the heart. And this is what's going to allow them to triumph in their life at this time. And the number 8 is about attaining what's right in life. And what is necessary? Discernment and contentment. Contentment in their life, in their soul, because this is connected to the element of life. And discernment, which is a attribute which comes from their character. Right character brings the ability to see things the way that they really are, the way that they really were, the way that they really will be. And so those two things are necessary for this person to attain what's right in their life at this time. And so the number 9 is about fulfillment and contentment. What does this person need for fulfillment and contentment in their life at this time? It's about the color red, which is about seeing, discernment, and the mind. Red is connected to the element of fire. The mind is connected to the element of fire. This is about seeing and discerning what's going on in the mind. And the mind seeing and discerning all of the things that are connected to it, which are wisdom, a right choice, which are being aligned with the right pathway and correct and complete. All of those energies are connected to the element of fire, to the color red, to the mind. This is about seeing and discerning the mind, and the mind seeing and discerning what's going on there. And the heart of the matter for this person, the 0 itself is about enjoyment and satisfaction. And the very heart of the matter is about satisfaction. Satisfaction in the heart. Satisfaction. Okay, so when a person is choosing right, when they're bringing in light, it brings satisfaction. When a person brings in darkness, they're the opposite of satisfaction. They're insatiable. There's not enough food to feed them, because darkness doesn't feed them. Light feeds us. And so that's the connecting point. Sometimes it's easier to understand one side of it when you see what the other side is also, the opposites of those two things. The heart of the matter for this person is about satisfaction in the heart. And that's what's going on this first level. And so now I take all of these cards, all of these points, and lay them out in their respective elements to see what's going on there. What was the most important element? What was the thing that was the most important for this person? Okay? And so for this person, it's all about the heart, twice. It's about understanding in the heart, the element of understood, and satisfaction in the heart. That is the most important element. That's what's going on with this person at this time, and that's where the change is going to take place. Okay? And so then we line up all these characteristics and these attributes. Okay? It lines up like this. First, it's about having the characteristic and principle of being faithful. Loyal is connected to faithful. And to be guidable, broken-hearted. Okay? And to overcome. And this leads to these attributes, being able to discern, discernment, see things the way that they really are, past, present, and future, and putting right choices into action. This is connected to choose the right and action, okay? And then all of that brings completion in life, allows the person to be complete, or in other words, perfect. Okay, not in the sense that we often hear the word perfect. Perfect is about being complete, having all that's necessary for the person to accomplish all that they're here for. And that's what's going on with this person at this time. So thank you for joining me. Like I said, if you would like to have your own experience with these tools, please contact me. Please let me know, and we will make it happen. Thank you.